Get right, church, and let's go home. Get right, church, and let's go home. Here we go. Welcome to End Times Live Stream. Y'all ready? It's unbelievable what's happening. Think about this. Get right, church, and let's go home. That's okay, John. Get right, church. Get right, church. Get right, church, and let's go home. Home from the morning train. I'm going home on the morning train. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home on the morning train. Evening train may be too late. Evening train may be too late. Evening train. Evening train. Evening train may be too late. Backpackers in get your load. Oh, backpackers in get your load. Backpackers, backpackers, backpackers in get your load. Oh man, can you believe this, ladies and gentlemen? Now, John said he can't be with us right now. I think he's in the UK. He's watching the Brexit debates over there. So I said he'd catch up later, and that's cool. And so right now, only person I have is me. But that's okay. Now, we are live streaming on this Valentine's Day. Now, I have some interesting subjects to talk about. And I apologize, it's been a month since I rocked and rolled a live stream. But here we are, live streaming. A big shout out to all my family out there who don't watch me. Alrighty then. Now, let's look at a few of these headlines on this Valentine's Day and see if we can make heads or tails of what's happening in this world that's gone completely crazy. Are you kidding me? Really? 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 It's unbelievable. Let's take the first subject. Here it is. Now, we worried about this invasion, right? this invasion, that's coming up here with all these people from the South hidden, trying to get in, and it ain't nothing but a bunch of women and children trying to find a new place. Yeah, okay, let's check it out. Let's see what's happening. Border Patrol, well, that would be down on the South, seizes enough fentanyl, to kill 4 million Americans. They seized it, coming in the midst of the invasion. Fentanyl, enough to kill 4 million people. Oh, they're just bringing us maybe a few fruits and vegetables from Mexico. No, they're not. They're carrying drugs. That's what they're doing. Man, the cartel's all over it. They got past them drugs up in here, and now they're moving fentanyl. One of the most dangerous things that you can do, making people go crazy. 4 million people. 17 pounds of fentanyl. Well, that ain't a lot. We got Mexicans bringing tons and tons of marijuana up here. Yeah, well, marijuana is one thing, fentanyl is another. Don't you understand that a lot of these drugs that come up into the United States is being brought in from the borders? The southern border in particular. Why? Well, because the laws in America and American protection takes care of us within our own borders, and that's why you can't really get it done here. You can't build it, you can't make it, because they're going to find you. Like all them people cooking meth up and getting caught every day. Most of them done give it up now because they can buy meth already made from Mexico much cheaper than they can make it. So here we go now with the fentanyl, enough to kill 4 million people. You understand what I'm talking about? This is ridiculous. Really? Oh, we don't need a wall, brother. What? Okay. I won't argue with you about that. Let's look at this here. Now, what president have you ever known to deal with states in the Union? Well, we got one now, and his name is Presidente Trump. And he is already hammering down, pointing his finger at California. Now, Trump has told California today on Valentine's Day that they need to return $3.5 billion. That's right, with a B, that the government gave to them. $3.5 billion for a railroad. What? Get out of here, shut up. Yeah. The government gave California $3.5 billion to build a railroad, and they ain't built no railroad. The railroad's sitting around going, where's our money? And the California government going, what money? Ain't no money. And President Trump's knocking on the door saying, whoa. I'm knocking on your door, son. I need $3.5 billion from you because y'all have reneged on the railroad. So now there's a battle going on between the president of the United States and one of the states of California. Now, all they need to do is cough up that money that they were given for a railroad that they did build, and that's more than half the money to build a wall. I'm just saying. Russia prepares to cut off its internet from all the people. So Russia is going to turn off the internet. No more internet in Russia, going to cut it off. And the only way they're going to have is social media within the Russian continent. All other worldwide media is going to be cut off and shut down, including cable TV networks and everything else. They're going to shut it all down. Russia's going into a cyberspace blackout. Why? That, ladies and gentlemen, is crazy. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. Are you kidding me? Who ever heard of such a thing as that? They can't do that. They can do it anywhere in the world. Didn't you know that? What, you think the internet is privy just to your machinery? Now, with one switch, they can cut it all off. Cut me off, cut you off, cut everybody off. I'm surprised they ain't cut me off already. They've been warning me, and I'm still talking. I'm just reading the news. This is all just entertainment, right? I'm just here to entertain you. You know what I mean? I'm not here to start no rumor mill or nothing like that. You know, nothing. I don't want to start no rumor mill. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have a couple more things I want to discuss with you here before I get to this very, very dangerous subject. I have a subject that's very dangerous. Real people fear to tread it, but I don't, because I know the facts. I'm fixing to blow you away with some end time facts. Okay, now let's watch this. Let's check this out first. Let us take a look at the most unintelligent Nancy Pelosi. Even her name is stupid, but it's okay. It's just entertainment. It's just me talking to you, right? I ain't starting no rumor mill. Now, how come ain't nobody explaining this? How come ain't nobody put her on the mainstream media and locked her down on this? Check it out. Nancy Pelosi's brother-in-law just received $737 million taxpayer dollars for some kind of green invention that didn't work. Wait a minute. It's not a green invention that worked. It's a green invention that didn't work. And because it didn't work, brother-in-law got $737 million of our money. Now, I don't know about you, but I demand that the president give us back our money. And what are you doing letting Nancy Pelosi get it? Her brother-in-law. Now, I'm sure that she didn't have nothing to do with that, right? I'm sure that she didn't have nothing to do with that $737 million. I'm sure she didn't have no connection with getting that for her brother-in-law for a failed invention. Well, you know what? I have a whole lot of failed inventions myself. Huh? How about you? You know, I'm not as good as some of them people that make up things that actually work. Huh? And they get a patent on them and sell them. You know, my inventionism is a little slow and didn't link up to reality. You know, not making the right choices with my inventions. Well, what's the big deal? So what if my inventions don't work? I mean, I was trying to invent things to help the world, to help the economy, to help people. No, mine didn't work. Where's my $737 million? Huh? Just forget about what I'm trying to invent. All of my inventions are green. I got a whole case of spray paint back in the shop. I mean, I can paint everything green. I mean, I got green stuff everywhere. None of it works, but it's green. I can get those $737 million. And I'm sure that Nancy Pelosi's brother-in-law is not funneling any of that money to Nancy, right? through her sister and that. I guess, her sister, and then, hey, could you come over for some fried chicken? And they go over for some fried chicken. And I'm sure they're going to sit across the table eating fried chicken. And the Nancy sister's going to say, we just got $437 million. And you can't have none. Man, don't they know how crazy she is? Man, Nancy liable to reach across that table and slap her upside the head with a drumstick. You mean to tell me you're not going to share 474? You're not going to share that $4.3 million with me? Now, I could have helped you get that. I'm not saying I did. I'm just saying maybe I was involved in that because maybe I have the proper connections. And besides, remember, your green invention didn't even work. Oh, sister, I'm so sorry, sister. Here, let me give you this here envelope. What? It's entertainment. I'm just talking here. Ain't no nothing mean nothing. I mean, Nancy's brother-in-law, she gets $400 million for a failed invention. Ain't nobody talking about it. I don't know why ain't nobody talking about it. Really? Hey, this is N times 4, 5, 6, 5, and I got failed inventions. You could at least give me $7 million. Huh? Shut up. Really? It's insanity. It's craziness. I know you would agree with me that this is craziness, right? It don't make no sense. The whole world gone crazy. Who ever heard of that? Taxpayer money. That's worse than paying to see how the armadillo reproduces itself. That's crazy. I'd rather watch the armadillos than I would watch Nancy Pelosi skim off a little bit of $737 million from her sister for a failed invention. Let's look at this. Nancy Pelosi. Oh, here we go again. Watch this. She earned a fortune on an IPO stock through illegal insider trading. Known information. She's an inside trader and she's made a fortune doing it. Man, if I was Martha Stewart, I would be up there with the press and banging on her door saying, what? You know what happened to me for one time? Look at you making a fortune with IPO insider trading. Hell, really? Really? Are you kidding me? Nancy Pelosi's getting away with insider trading? President Trump, hello? We have a problem with California, and we have a problem with Nancy Pelosi. Huh? 7.3 million dollars for a failed invention. And don't tell me, oh, that was her brother-in-law. I don't want to hear that. I was thinking the word, but I didn't say it. Ain't that good? And now she's been caught red-handed insider trading. And ain't nobody said nothing. Martha Stewart went to prison. Who else? She don't get knocked down. Ain't nobody asking no questions. I'm asking questions. What say you, ladies and gentlemen? Explain to me how we get away with it. If our government is not corrupt, then I'm a monkey's uncle. I'm getting sick and tired of it. Now we got talk of a coup d'etat going on, a coup against President Trump. I'll say bring it. Please. I wish you would. Then maybe we could finish cleaning the swamp. We'll shut everybody down, fire everybody, and start over. I think we need to start over. I think this is a reboot time. I'm being serious. Look, let's check this out. This happened on 4 days ago. Obama administration gave a loan for green energy project to Nancy Pelosi's husband's brother. Said, while Democrats are pushing the Green New Deal, requiring unprecedented funding, while simultaneously rejecting Donald Trump's request for increased border security funds, details of a quote-unquote loan that was granted to Nancy Pelosi's brother-in-law have emerged, further highlighting the Democrats' hypocritical use of taxpayer money. Ron Pelosi received $737 million in 2011 from the Obama administration as a green energy loan to build a solar energy power plant in the Nevada desert, which not only has failed, but never even finished. I think somebody got a new pair of shoes out of that deal. I don't care who gave them the money. It was taxpayer dollars. You understand that? That don't make no sense. Nancy Pelosi's brother-in-law, $737 million. Slapped me upside the head with a hamburger. Come on, man. Huh? Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, what's in your stockings? You got a money belt on under there? Huh? I mean, you making all this money being a part of the government? Huh? You ain't satisfied with the few hundreds of thousands of dollars that you make to look like an idiot on TV. Now you got to get more money by talking to your buddy, Obama Hussein. Mr. Muslim president, please. Nancy Pelosi, she received dollars from insider trading. For the average person, it would result in years and years and years of jail time. Nancy Pelosi earned a fortune by IPO stocks using illegal insider trading techniques that would result in years of jail time for the average person, a newly resurfaced investigation found. Nancy Pelosi reportedly used the information she had inclusive access to Speaker of the House to make trades on stocks, illegally netting the Nancy Pelosi senior Democrat up to $100,000 in 48 hours on one single trade. Now, ladies and gentlemen, so what? She's not a regular person? Well, you got that right. She's not even human. I think she's a reptilian that got the head squished. I get so mad at these political liars. We don't run the people. I mean, we don't run the government anymore. The government running the people. They doing whatever they want to do. All of them, and they're doing whatever they want to do. We just out here. Huh? We just out here. I can't take no more of this. I got to go to something else. I'm about to blow my stack. I really am. Now, I mean, really, it don't make no sense. Somebody needs to do something. No, bro, this ain't no joke. This is all real. Been fact checked. I don't know why ain't nobody talking about it. That's why we here. We here till they cut us off. Pull the plug. Time to cut off Brother Ed. He gone crazy, gone crazy, gone crazy. Remember that bumper sticker, I'm Eddie and I'm mad? That All-Well Tycoon? I need to print me some more. I'm Eddie and I'm mad. I'm going to tell you something. I'm mad. Not because Nancy Pelosi is an idiot, but because she's able to get away with stuff like this. And she has. 100% getting away with it. $100,000 in 48 hours. Let me ask you this, Gary, and Children's First Christmas, and the rest of you watching. Tell me you couldn't use $100,000 in 48 hours. We sitting over here begging, borrowing, almost stealing, trying our best to live paycheck to paycheck, and me on a fixed income, wondering if Social Security is even going to keep on going. And they robbing me of some of that now. Now, if I use some links to get me $100,000 in 48 hours on some insider trade, how long do you think it would take before they could follow me and find me and track me down, follow the money, and boom, there I go. Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows my sorrow. Come on, man. All right. Now, I want to read you something here on the slow computer out of the book of Revelation. Now, some of y'all has heard this already if you was at the Bible study. So just listen to it again. I want to look at the book of Revelations and specifically, if I can find a way to get to where I want to be. Small musical interlude. Okay. And now we're looking here in Revelations chapter 18. Okay. And I'm looking at verse number 2 right here. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and become a habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean, hateful. You understand? Right? The thing's freaking out. For For all the nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That fornication there in the Greek is porneo, or pornographic sexual abuse. Got it? So we know right off the bat then that there has to be, according to the false prophet, being the false prophet, there has to be some sort of a religious connection with the false prophet. And I contend because I can contend, I contend that the false prophet is the Vatican, and the Pope of the Vatican is going to be the leader, whoever it is, at the time of the rise of the Antichrist. Make no mistake about it, this religion that pursues and uses its pornographic, immoral sexuality has got to be the leader of this, the whore. The Bible says the whore was riding on the back of the beast. That's in the book. And who is the whore? The whore is the Vatican. What do you mean? It's the only religion in all the world that's the richest, and listen, the Pope has already made a deal with Islam. So now Islam and the Pope are one, along with the rest of their ecumenical friends that are joining together to bring the one world religion, all in the name of inclusiveness, so that the Pope can be the Poperola. Now, this came out today. 80% of the Vatican's priests are secretly gay, investigation reports. 80%. Now, I'm not going to read this whole article. I've already been on for 30 minutes. Now, this article tells us that 80% of the Vatican, even the big shots, the bishops, the cardinals, the monsignors, everybody is using and active in pedophilia. Even the Pope. Oh, I guess so. Hang on. Don't let me confuse you about what the Pope said. Quick music and hang on. Let's get to the Pope here. I got to get what he said. Check it out. Pope Francis. That's the Pope we have now. He said this in December, that he is concerned about the serious issue of homosexuality, saying in an interview that being gay is a fashion to which the clergy is susceptible. The issue, this is the Pope, quote, the issue of homosexuality is a very serious issue that must be adequately discerned from the beginning with the candidates of the priesthood, the Pope said. In our societies, it even seems that homosexuality is fashionable and that mentally, in some way, also influences the life of the church. Really? I don't have no more hair to pull out. No, I'm not pulling on my beard. It hurts. The great cardinal, what's his name? Trujillo. He said this, quote, cardinal depravity of gay people to blame for pedophile priests. What? This religion is absolutely blasphemous. Oh, but all the other religions, 80% of the leadership has relations with young boys. Pedophilia. And that pedophilia has filtered into our government, and our government, our big government leaders out there who are claimed to be Christians through the Catholic Vatican are engaged in pedophilia, and they're working on a law right now to legalize pedophilia because it's a fashion, and it's mentally unstable to cut it off and say that it's wrong. So, we need to change this law so we Jesus, even so, Lord Jesus, come quickly. Ain't nobody hardly listening to me now, but I ain't even done yet. I'm about done. Check these out. The Vatican. Ain't talking about the Methodists, the Lutherans, Episcopalians, the Assemblies of God, the Southern Baptists. I ain't talking about none of them. Foursquare. I ain't talking about them. Not even the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Mormons. No. The Vatican quietly pays almost $4 billion with a B. Almost the same amount Trump wants to build a wall. $4 billion dollars to child abuse victims. Hello. Well, what's wrong with that, Brother Ed? The word quietly. I have an issue with the word quietly. I want to know why they have to do it quietly, under the rug, silentness. Because I'll tell you why. Because the false prophet is gearing up to make herself ready to ride the beast. Article, September the 10th, last year. The Vatican knew of abusive cardinal in the early 2000s. Trujillo, they knew he was having sex with boys in 2000. The big cardinal, the one that was on the voting list to be the Pope. Hello. And he's still an almighty cardinal because you can't take it away. In September of last year, the Vatican knew that he was having sex with boys. News article, September the 10th. Answer to the fact that Trujillo was having sex with boys. The answer is, and this cardinal said it with a big fat smile on his face. He said, quote, "We don't investigate child abuse," says the Vatican's child protection leader. Child protection, oh, we don't investigate child abuse, says the Vatican's child protection leader. All we do is protect the children. We don't want to talk about no pedophilia. We just want to talk about protecting the children. Protecting them from what? From the news getting out that you're having sexual relations with these boys? Brother Ed, you're really rocking this evening. You're letting us have it. I'm just reading the articles. July the 12th, last year. Vatican Bank chief says the New World Order controls the Catholic Church. Shut up. Could that be the whore riding on the beast? Maybe we need to further investigate this. Vatican Bank chief. New World Order controls the church, the Catholic Church. The huge demographic collapse of the West was orchestrated by the deep state in order to create the necessary conditions to usher in the New World Order, according to the former president of the Vatican Bank. Speaking at an international conference of the John Paul II Academy, the former Vatican chief described how the deep state's efforts to decrease the world's population has already been set in motion, which will see in a series of orchestrated economic catastrophes. The bank president said that the coming economic collapse is designed to persuade people around the world, to accept the elite globalist New World Order and will eliminate national sovereignty across the globe. According to the leader of the Vatican Bank, the greatest enemy, here it is, of the New World Order is the family, because it provides education, autonomy, and independence from the deep state. So the first enemy is the family. Now the second enemy, there's another one. This is what he said. Tell me he just making this up. This is what he said. I'm the only one in the world speaking about this. Why? Why ain't somebody else talking about it? Listen, the second enemy of the whore is Christianity, which it seeks to destroy with its Luciferian plan for the world. Quote, it's unthinkable that the decision makers in the United States and around the world did not know what they would have been created by refusing life and natural law. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am not sorry to bring you this news. And really, I don't mean to give you a headache, brother. I don't. And I apologize. I'm gonna apologize. But these are facts. One more fact from the Vatican. This is a quote from the Pope, from Pope Francis, a quote. And he's speaking from inside the Vatican. quote, priests have more power than God himself, unquote. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. And upon the forehead of the whore is written blasphemy. That the priests have more power than God himself. Blasphemy. Quote, power of consecrating. The supreme power of the priestly office is the power of consecrating. No act is greater, says St. Thomas, than the consecration of the body of Christ, and his essential phrase, the sacred ministry. The power of the priest is not surpassed by that of the bishop, the archbishop, the cardinal, or the pope. Indeed, it is equal to that of Jesus Christ, or even greater. For in this role, the priest speaks with the voice and authority of God himself. When the priest pronounces the tremendous works of consecration, he reaches up into heaven, brings Christ down from his throne, and places him upon our altar to be offered up again as the victim of the sins of man. That's blasphemy. Because who could tell me what the book of Hebrews says about that? It says that Christ was offered, if the blood of bulls and goats and doves ain't enough, the blood of Christ offered for the sins of the world once and no more. The Vatican says, no, we reach down and bring Jesus to the throne every time. Because the priests, archbishops, and the cardinals and all that, when they speak, they're speaking above God. They have more power. They got more power than God and the priest and the Pope and everybody in this Vatican right here. We're it. We're God on earth right here. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen, that that itself is not blasphemy and not lining up with the word of God. I'm telling you, we're in the last days. We are in the absolute last days of the last days. You better make yourself ready. Jesus Christ is coming soon. 49-minute stream, and I've had it. I'm burned out. I'm burned out. I'm burned out by it all. And yet people still refusing Jesus Christ when he's told us and prophesied time and time and time again in the book of these things that are coming. And we're seeing them happen in front of us. The Vatican, the whore blatantly walking out in front of us naked, showing herself, riding the beast, wearing the gold and the pearls and the diamonds and the red colors. All of that is part. You better get ready. And when the rapture comes and all that, I won't hear no moaning and groaning. The Bible says there'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth. The false prophet is setting herself up right now to saddle up and ride the beast. And he's fixing to pop out. And all hell is certainly fixing to break loose because God ain't going to put up with it. You think God's going to put up with talk like this? Do you really? 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 Do you really think God's going to? Why is he putting up with it? Well, he's putting up with it because this is a setup. This is a setup. This is it. He's giving it to us. He's been showing it to us since last year. And now this is 2019. The second year of the new season I told you about. And if you don't remember that, then you need to go back to some of my videos. I'm going to tell you right now, we're in the end of that new season. And God's going to handle the world and the people differently than he ever has. You understand that? You gotta get it. This is a fact. These are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. Then yeah, I talk about it. It drives me crazy. I mean, you don't believe all this, do you? You certainly just got to be crazy. It's just, oh man, I got to go. I can't take this. I can't take it, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell you to get saved, I'm not joking. This ain't no game I'm playing. This is real. And when I die, if the rapture don't come, who's going to pass along the facts? Who's going to tell the truth? Who? Yeah. Brother Ed said it. Just like that. And I ain't kidding you. You're going to get caught unaware.
Get right, church, and let's go home.
You better.
Get right, church, and let's go home.
I'm running out.
Get right, church. Get right, church. Get right, church, and let's go home.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I'm going home from the morning train.
I'm leaving on the morning train.
I'm going home from the morning train.
First ride out right here.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
I'm going.
I'm going home from the morning train.
Oh, can you come along with me? The evening train won't be too late. It's going to be too late for the evening train. You better get on the morning train, son. Get right. Let's pray. Let's repent. Come on. Let's get back on our knees. Call for repentance. Time is running out. But the door of salvation is still open. You better do it now. Hey! Oh, I'm talking serious up in here.
Get right, church, and let's go home.
Let's go.
Get right, church, and let's go home.
Come on, let's go.
Get right, church. Get right, church. Get right, church, and let's go home.
Let's go.
I'm going home from the morning